This is such a treat for me because I'm sitting here with one of my favorite actresses of One Life to Live, Kristen Alderson, who plays Star. So good to see you. I get to come out to New York and hang with you for a minute.
I
Love
know.
it.
Oh, I love that you're here, but I'm sure you're not loving the cold weather.
No, I'm not loving the cold weather. I'm
Yeah.
not used to it
And
at
the
all.
snow.
And the
There's a
snow.
little bit
Well, the
of
snow was pretty
It's
on
not
Central
that
Park.
bad, yeah.
It's not that bad. I can handle it for about 5 minutes.
Oh, you were in Central Park?
I saw Central Park with the snow. It was pretty.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
It was beautiful.
Oh, it's my favorite. I haven't gotten a chance to go ice skating yet, and that's my favorite thing to do when there's
Really?
snow on the leaves in Central Park, and I really need to get there.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. But now coming up on One Life to Live, there's a lot coming up with Star. But
Yeah.
right now she's had a few new things happen in her life. First of all, her sister.
Kelly is amazing. She's so sweet. And it's funny because a lot of people came up to me and they're like, you guys really do look like sisters. I didn't think you would, but then when you're next to each other, it's just like you look a lot alike. And Kelly is just amazing. And it's really funny because she plays my brother's like girlfriend thing. So I'm always talking to Eddie about how he has to kiss her and stuff. And
well, let's clarify that Eddie
Yes,
Alderson, who
Eddie
plays
Alderson.
Matthew, is your real life brother.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
So he comes up, to me secretly and asks me like some advice on how we should kiss and stuff. And, well, Chris, like, should I lean in this way or should I do this? And then he came over to my mom and was like, Mom, can I have a piece of gum? Like before a scene and stuff. So
he was nervous.
yeah, he was a little nervous, but I think he's gotten used to working with her now, and they're really close, and she just thinks he's the funniest thing ever, and I think he's the funniest thing ever, so she really gets, like, his sense of humor, and it's cute to see them work together.
It is. But now for Star, she really is taking her under her wing. She kind of feels bad for her sister because she doesn't know how to handle Todd.
Right, and I think Star can really relate to her with that, Todd has never been an easy person to understand, and Star has understood him in some weird way. So to try to explain that to someone is a difficult task. But, Danny is going through something that Star went through, but it's a little harder for Star to kind of relive that because she has gotten over everything that Todd has done. To kind of talk about it again, it's a little bit of a sore subject.
It stirs up.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be talking about it anymore. She's kind of just gotten over it herself, so.
How does she manage to still love her father? It's so hard. Just someone who the fans have watched the show, he put his daughter through so much.
Yeah, he really did. Todd put Star through a lot, but I think that Star and Todd have always been so close, and Star's been Todd's number one girl in his life. Even though he's been with so many different women and stuff, like, he's just always seen Star as the only really good thing that he's ever done in his life. Of course, he has other children after that, and he sees that connection with all of his children, but Star's his firstborn. So I think they have that connection, and Star knows how important she is to Todd. And I think that Star feels that if anyone's going to be there for him, it's going to be her. She's going to really be the only one.
She's going to be their only one. They'll stick by him through thick and thin.
Yeah, and I think she likes that fact, and she really tries to hang on to it.
So we're not going to see any competition between the two sisters over Todd, over men. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, you never know. I think as the characters get older, there's still a lot of time. We still have the Manning blood running through us, and Danny doesn't hold back as much as Star holds back. I think Star's definitely matured and knows what to say to who. And Danny just says whatever is on her mind. Exactly. Yeah. So I think that Danny has a little bit to learn in that area. So I think Star and her will probably have a run-in or two since they are so strong-minded.
Star and Cole, they're really become almost the star-crossed lovers. They've gone through so much.
Right.
And I remember doing the daytime Emmys talking to everybody about who are the star-crossed lovers from One Life to Live, and the producer said Star and Cole. So really it's that couple that you root for that have been through so much. Do you think coming up down the road there is trouble ahead? Because they can't be happy for too long.
Right.
They've had, 3 weeks of happiness?
It's daytime, no. Star and Cole are a young couple. They're a very serious couple, but they are still young and they are 18, and even though they are mature, there are a lot of pressures out there.
Right.
For one, Cole is a freshman in college, so there are a whole bunch of new girls at a whole different school, and they're older, and Star's still in high school, so even though she's a senior, she's not really a part of Cole's whole world when it comes to school.
Which will be problematic for her now because there
Exactly.
could be other women that like your man.
Right. And I think that Star really trusts Cole. They have a really strong bond, and I think that Star's going to really hold on to that as much as she possibly can. So
You did so much with the pregnancy storyline, and you were an advocate for, the whole teen pregnancy. You did a lot. You were doing a lot of symposiums, a lot of panels, a lot of things, which was great. How is it now still playing a young mother on the show, and do you realize the impact that has to other young mothers that may be watching One Life to Live?
Oh, definitely. That year was actually my favorite year in my entire life. It was really amazing to work, to be able to work on the show, but be working for such an amazing cause and to really be reaching out to so many teenagers. And now I think that it's really important that we still carry on that message. It Star is getting along. She's making it work, but it's still difficult for her. And we do have moments where you see Star dealing with the difficulties, like, well, we haven't been out in a really long time. Cole and I don't get any time alone. We're always with the baby. The baby lives in the room with us. We're not going to be doing any funny stuff with the baby in the room. And then, you have Langston and Marco, who are the young couple who are living in their apartment with them, who are, having sex all the time, everywhere, and, like, living that young life. And Star and Cole, even though they are mature, like I said before, it's hard to wonder if you're missing out on that.
Do you think she may ever rebel? And do you think there might be a time where she just can't deal with this life anymore and she might rebel?
Who knows? I mean, you can't ever say that it'll never happen, because I think that I can't see Star doing it, but you don't know what kind of pressures are ahead. And it may happen.
It's a soap opera.
And it would be natural for it too.
Well, that's what I think. She's been probably, feels like she hasn't gotten out and lived for a while or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
She
I'm
was
sure
a
that'll
feisty
come
girl.
out soon.
She used to be a real feisty girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Eddie Alderson being your brother on the show, do you guys talk about stuff? You said you kind of talk about stuff regarding the kissing, but do you share stories about your co-stars or what goes on at work, or is it very separate? Or
Oh yeah. Well, my brother and I are really close in real life, super super close, and he tells me everything that goes on, like even when he goes out to parties. And now he's getting older, so it's about like whether he kissed this girl or whatever. And it's funny because if my mom and I ask him about it, he'll be like, "Guys, stop! No, I'm not gonna tell you. What are you talking about?" But then if we don't ask him, he'll all of a sudden out of nowhere be like, "So, Chris, you gonna ask me about like what, like how last night went or whatever?" I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" And so I really love the relationship that we have, and we're 3 years apart, so we're not too far apart to where we don't understand each other. But now he's growing up, and I can really, like, I've been in situations that he's been in. Yeah.
So in May, High School Musical 2 is coming. I guess it's Star-Crossed Lovers.
Yes,
And
I'm so excited.
Will you be singing and dancing?
Yes. Yeah, I hope I'll be singing a lot. And the last time we did it, it was super, super busy. And I hope that it's this busy this year, because then I was in school full-time in high school. And it was tough. And I had school, and then I had work, and then it was hard to catch up with school. But now I'm not in school. I took a year off from school.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I graduated last June, and I've taken a year off, and it's been really nice. But now I'll just be able to really concentrate on it and give it my full 100%.
So Langston is writing the new musical, and are you happy about that? Or I think the subject matter may not be something Star is too keen on.
Well, Star's really excited for Langston that she's writing another musical. She loved the one that she wrote 3 years ago, and she thinks that she'll be able to really succeed. But when Langston brought up the idea that she would make it about Star and Cole, Star was not having it. That's something really personal to turn into a musical for everyone to see on stage, and it just was not something that Star wanted at all. She's not a big attention craver.
No, she's not. No.
No.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah. So she wants all the attention off of her. So she's like, "No, thank you." But she's not. So she thinks that Langston is not going to be writing about her and Cole for now. That's what Langston has promised. So I'm sure she'll be a really good friend and not write it about me.
Sure.
Right.
So do you have to get to the set?
Yeah, I should probably go get
Yeah,
my
get-
hair
yeah,
done.
get your hair done.
But
It's
yeah,
good to see
at the
you.
new studio, which I'm loving.
Do you love it here?
I love it. Yeah.
You have your own dressing room?
No.
No.
Actually, Brittany and I were sharing a dressing room before, and we had the option of having our own dressing rooms or sharing, and we just figured that we would be in each other's rooms all the time anyway, and there's really no point to us being in separate rooms, and we're like, no, we have to be
Wow.
together. I
Wow.
know, that's how
I'm
close
shocked.
we are. I know, that's how close we are. Frank was like, Kristen, I just want to double check. I heard that you guys want to still stay in the same room. We're like, yeah, basically, yeah.
Wow, good to know. Most people wouldn't do that. But
I
that's
know,
good.
yeah. Well, we spend so much time together anyway, and we always feel lonely if we're in the room by ourselves for the day. So when we're both in together, we're all like, yay, and yeah, we're kind of attached to the hip.